Welcome, you are listening Radio Central News. I am Chandni and now news in detail. Union Health Ministry on Wednesday morning reported 465 new deaths and highest single-day spike of 15,968 new COVID cases during the past 24 hours across the country, taking the number of deaths to 14,476 and total cases to 4,56,183. The count includes 1,83,022 active cases and 2,58,685 cured, discharged migrated patients. The recovery rate stands at 56.70% in India. About 10,500 patients recovered in the past 24 hours. The center on Tuesday said the country had one death from the disease per 1 lakh population. The government also said the country's mortality rate was among the lowest in the world. The global average is 6.04. As per the Indian Council of Medical Research, so far 73,52,911 samples have been tested for COVID-19 till Tuesday. China on Wednesday once again claimed its sovereignty over the Galwan Valley in India's northern Ladakh region, saying its troops have been patrolling there for many years. China has sovereignty over the Galwan Valley region and the Chinese border troops have been patrolling and on duty in this region for many years, China Defense Ministry spokesperson Colonel Wu Guosan said at a regular press conference. The comment came just a day after both tribal neighbors agreed to disengage from all friction points in eastern Ladakh, including Galwan Valley. Besides Galwan Valley, the Indian and Chinese forces have agreed to disengage in the areas of Hot Spring and Pongong Taso. Wu alleged that since April this year, the Indian border troops have begun to unilaterally build facilities along the line of actual control in the Galwan Valley region, regarding which China has lodged representation and opposition many times. On the other hand, India has several times debunked the Chinese claim of the Galwan Valley and said that the position with regard to the area has been historically cleared. Attempts by the Chinese side to now advance exaggerated and untenable claims with regard to the line of actual control there are not acceptable. They are now in accordance with China's own position in the past, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Anurag Srivastava had said. Army Chief General M.M. Nirvani on Wednesday visited various forward areas in eastern Ladakh and took stock of the Army's combat preparedness in the region in the wake of the bitter border standoff with China, officials said. General Nirvani, who arrived in Leh on a 2-day visit to the region, also awarded commendation cards to a number of soldiers who fought valiantly during the recent face-off with the Chinese army in the region, people familiar with the matter said. The Chief of Army Staff reviewed the overall security situation in the region with Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Yogesh Kumar Joshi, Commander of the 14 Corps Lieutenant General Harinder Singh, and other senior Army officials on Tuesday afternoon. General M.M. Nirvani, COAS, visited forward areas in eastern Ladakh and reviewed operational situation on the ground. COAS commended the troops of their high morale and exhorted them to continue working with zeal and enthusiasm, the army said in a tweet. Soon after arriving in Leh, General Nirvani visited an army hospital where 18 soldiers injured in the clash of Galwan Valley on June 15 are undergoing treatment. 20 Indian Army personnel were killed and 18 were seriously injured in the violent clash with Chinese military in Galwan Valley. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Wednesday said that the government is planning to set up post office passport seva kendras in every Lok Sabha constituency across the nation. We intend to open post office passport seva kendras in every Lok Sabha constituency where no PSK exists today. We have so far been able to provide for 488 Lok Sabha constituencies. The process which we were going forward with very ambitiously stopped momentarily due to COVID-19, he said. He also said that the government is developing chip-enabled e-passport. The chip-enabled e-passport will strengthen the security of the travel document. We are working with the Indian Security Press Nashik and National Informatics Center for chip-enabled e-passport. Introduction of e-passport will strengthen the security of our travel documents. The procurement process for this production is underway and I would emphasize the need to hasten that, Dr. Jaishankar said. That is all for today's news bulletin. Stay tuned to Radio Central News for more updates.